You blink, the glowing numbers hit 2:14 a.m. Your heart rate spikes. The panic math begins. If I shut my eyes right now, I have exactly 4 hours and 46 minutes before the alarm. You toss, you turn, you curse your broken brain. You hate this insomnia. And somewhere beneath all of it, a quieter, more desperate thought surfaces. What is wrong with me? Why is my brain broken? But here's the brutal truth. You are not sick. You do not have a sleep disorder. Think about that for a second. That sudden 2 a.m. awakening is not a glitch in your neural hardware. It is a terrifyingly perfect, millions of years old survival mechanism booting up. You are trying to force your biology into an artificial, continuous 8-hour industrial mold. Meanwhile, your nervous system just activated the most elite survival protocol from the Ice Age. And the strange thing is, the harder you try to force yourself back to sleep, the more you destroy the very architecture of your rest. You are fighting an ancient instinct. But that isn't the real reason your amygdala is screaming right now. So what exactly is your brain looking for in the dark? Let us rewind the clock. Before Thomas Edison, before the light bulb, before the industrial assembly line demanded maximum efficiency from the human body, for 300,000 years, no human being on Earth slept in one continuous 8-hour block. It just did not happen. The unbroken 8-hour sleep is a modern invention. It is an industrial myth. In 2001, historian Roger Ekirch unearthed centuries of records revealing a completely forgotten biological rhythm: biphasic sleep. Our ancestors naturally slept in two distinct phases, the first sleep and the second sleep. Right in the middle of the night, there was a gap, a 2-hour window of wakefulness. Around the exact same time, Dr. Ware at the National Institute of Mental Health ran a landmark clinical experiment. He plunged human subjects into 14 hours of total darkness every single night, simulating the primitive winter. Within a few short weeks, their modern sleep patterns completely snapped. Their biology overrode their habits. They automatically reverted to the ancient factory settings. They slept, woke up completely alert for 2 hours, and then smoothly transitioned back to sleep. But what exactly is happening inside your neural architecture during this midnight gap? This is where the biological engineering gets brilliant. It was never a period of panic. It was a chemical masterpiece. The moment your eyes open at 2 a.m., your pituitary gland activates. It floods your entire nervous system with a massive surge of prolactin. Prolactin is not just a basic hormone. Think of it as a neurological lubricant for meditation. It is the chemical of profound peace, tranquility, and deep relaxation. Let that sink in. Your brain is intentionally waking you up and immediately injecting you with an organic tranquilizer, not to torture you, to protect you. Our ancestors used this biological state for what was known as the watch. They did not lie in the cave sweating in panic. They used this highly productive prolactin window to tend the roaring campfire, to scan the dark perimeter for predators, to tell stories, to reflect and connect. It was a state of heightened, crystal-clear awareness, completely stripped of fear. Your midnight alertness is not a malfunction. It is a flawless, millions of years old radar system. It is the exact reason your DNA survived the Ice Age. So why does this ancient biological gift feel like absolute torture today? What exactly turns this beautifully designed survival software into a crippling panic attack? You are not broken. You never were. You are simply running 300,000-year-old survival software on a 21st century motherboard. The modern world is violently incompatible with your hardware. The continuous 8-hour sleep is a capitalist invention. When the Industrial Revolution hit, factory owners needed workers for brutal 12-hour shifts. They needed human machines to power down, recharge in one fast, efficient block and get right back to the assembly line. The 8-hour sleep was designed for factory schedules. It was never designed for human biology. Your modern environment is currently at war with your ancient genes. But how exactly does this mismatch create that terrifying chest-crushing anxiety at 2 in the morning? Let us look at the anatomy of your panic. You wake up, this is natural, but then you do something an ancient hunter-gatherer never did. You look at a digital clock. You see the glowing numbers, 2:15 a.m. Instantly, the performance anxiety kicks in. You start calculating your exhaustion for the next day. The moment you stress about not sleeping, your amygdala fires off. That is your brain's primitive alarm system. Your amygdala does not understand what a corporate email is. It only registers immediate physical danger. It thinks a predator just entered the cave. Your HPA axis opens the floodgates. It blasts your bloodstream with a massive cortisol and adrenaline spike. This violent chemical flood completely crushes the peaceful, calming prolactin your brain just naturally provided. The tranquil night watch is dead. You are now in full flight or flight mode. But the modern world is not done attacking your system just yet. The worst part is what you do next. You reach for your smartphone. You stare into a glowing screen in a pitch-black room. This is a biological catastrophe. That specific blue light hitting exactly at the 460 to 480 nanometer wavelength shoots straight into the IPRGCs. Those are highly specialized light receptors in your retina. They immediately send a harsh, undeniable signal to your central pacemaker. The message is simple. The sun is up. The day has started. Kill the melatonin. Within seconds, your master biological clock is entirely derailed. The modern world took a perfectly engineered, beautifully quiet pause in the human sleep cycle and weaponized it. It turned a biological gift into a full-blown panic attack. You cannot destroy the modern world, but you can absolutely hack its system. Researchers found that people who spent just 1 week camping with zero artificial light had their melatonin cycles reset by nearly 2 hours. 7 days. That is all it took for 300,000 years of biology to reassert itself. Your body already knows how to do this. It just needs the right signals. 3 protocols, execute them in order. Protocol 1. The ancestral reframe. The next time your eyes snap open at 2 a.m., stop doing the math. Do not count the hours. Instead, tell yourself one thing. This is the ancestral watch. It sounds almost insultingly simple, but neurologically it rewires the entire threat landscape of your brain. By labeling this awakening as a survival feature instead of a medical failure, you physically deactivate your amygdala. The cortisol flood stops. The door reopens for that quiet prolactin state your ancestors lived inside every single night. Protocol 2. The blind clock. Your nervous system's most dangerous enemy right now is not the darkness. It is the glowing numbers on your nightstand. Cover them. Turn the clock around. Put your phone completely out of reach before you sleep. No numbers, no calculation, no countdown to failure. When your brain cannot measure time, it stops measuring its own collapse. Performance anxiety requires data. Remove the data, remove the panic. Protocol 3. The campfire simulation. If you wake and need light, never reach for a screen. Never flip on an overhead bulb. That concentrated blue and white light will detonate every remaining molecule of melatonin in your bloodstream within seconds. Use only an amber or deep red light source, wavelength strictly above 600 nanometers. Clinical data confirms it. Your ancient retina does not register red light as sunrise. To your nervous system, that warm glow is not a threat. It is the dying ember of a campfire inside a cave. It signals warmth. It signals that the tribe is safe. It locks your entire physiological system in night mode. And if your mind is still racing, do not reach for a screen. Grab a physical pen. Write down whatever is flooding your prefrontal cortex. No editing, no structure. Just download the noise onto paper. You are not journaling. You are executing an ancient ritual, sharing the worry around the fire, signaling to your reptilian brain that the perimeter has been checked. The cave is safe. You are cleared for the second sleep. You are not broken. You have never been broken. Tonight, when your eyes snap open in the dark, do not panic. Do not reach for the clock. Do not start the math. You are not an insomniac lying awake in the 21st century. You are a sentry, standing watch with thousands of generations of survivors who kept the fire alive through the coldest, darkest nights in human history. They survived the ice. You will survive tomorrow. Peace. Welcome to your watch.